on My Network TV.
The National Desk, a network of nearly 4,000 local journalists cover America's news now.
Leaving the city frustrated with crime and homelessness.
The National Desk team of impartial, unbiased.
This is breaking news on 2 News at 9.
Breaking at 9, a deadly plane crash in Washington, D.C. near Reagan International Airport between a commercial jet and a military helicopter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jamie McGriff. We have a live look now at the airport right now as crews work at the scene of this deadly crash. Officials say an American Airlines regional jet flying from Wichita, Kansas collided midair with the Black Hawk helicopter just moments before the plane was set to land at Reagan International Airport. We know that 60 passengers were on the jet, along with 2 pilots and 2 crew members. And we have video from a live webcam operated by the Kennedy Center showing the moment the plane and helicopter went down in the Potomac River. No word yet on how many people are injured or killed. All takeoffs and landings out of Reagan International have been suspended. President Trump has been briefed on the situation. We'll continue to follow this throughout the evening, and we'll have much more on 2 News at 10 and on KUTV.com. A new report by Redfin puts Salt Lake as one of the most affordable cities for renters. Now the question is that really true? Kristen McPeak has the answer in this Utah Growing Pains report.
According to a report by real estate company Redfin, renters need to earn more than $63,000 to afford the typical apartment in America. And Salt Lake is considered one of the most affordable cities in the U.S.
The difference in renting versus owning a single family home is about $1,300. So if we looked at rents across the Wasatch Front through mid of 2024, the average single family home that went for rent was about $2,200, $2,300.
According to the Kempsey Gardner Policy Institute, 1/3 of renters live in a non-apartment building. People I spoke with were surprised to hear Salt Lake was listed as affordable. Salt Lake was considered to be one of the most affordable places to rent an apartment. Does that surprise you?
Honestly, yeah. I thought it would be a lot more expensive living out here.
What are your thoughts on that?
I would slightly disagree. I'm coming originally from the DC market, so I'd say housing is on par with the DC area.
$60,000 for it to be considered affordable. How do you feel about that?
I'd say that's probably about right.
I went to the city's Department of Community and Neighborhoods to get their take.
There's a lot of nuance that they don't cover.
Rudiger Mathis is the policy manager.
They don't touch on the fact that for sale housing prices are so high, which actually keeps a lot of people renting who otherwise would be purchasing.
Where are we at with apartments? I see buildings going up left and right downtown.
Yeah, I mean, we are in a boom right now. There's always going to be more people who want to come and live in Salt Lake City because it's a great place to live.
At many government levels here in Utah, housing is considered to be facing a crisis, and the city says they're working to combat that.
Really, we're trying to target that at the affordable housing, although we need housing at all different affordability levels.
And we have more on housing affordability and even resources available, especially for tenants, on our website, KUTV.com. In Salt Lake City, Kristen McPeak, KUTV 2 News.
If you want more information on Utah's housing market, you can find our past reports, including home prices, mortgage rates, and eviction filings. Head over to KUTV.com or the 2 News app and look under the Growing Pains tab.
The rent keeps on going, and you still need to pay employees, and you still need to pay taxes, and you still need to pay electricity, gas. So nothing stops. But people, if they stop coming, how do we pay for all of that?
We are learning tonight that some Utah migrant-owned businesses, they're seeing less customers in fear of deportation or detainment by ICE agents, which they say is hurting their bottom line. A study by the American Immigration Council found that immigrants make up nearly 15% of entrepreneurs here in Utah. Leslie Duarte has more.
Kim Teo owns a restaurant with her family in West Valley. She says the American dream has been hard, but together they have overcome many obstacles.
You come to this country where you want to be successful.
3 locations later, Gallo Loco offers a Mexican cuisine and fresh treats. Kim says they've survived the COVID pandemic and are getting by with inflation. But lately, business is slower than ever.
You still need to pay electricity, gas, so nothing stops. But people, if they stop coming, how do we pay for all of that?
She says customers aren't showing up or coming in as often, saying they fear being detained by immigration authorities.
When people were coming, they're like, hey, it's just that we're scared to even go out and grab something to eat.
Granite Credit Union tells me they are hearing the same thing from the community, and they have stepped in to help migrant business owners.
We have put together an emergency packet. It'll give them a resource to how to handle their financial accounts, their loans, and if they have real property that they need a trust. Because even if you are deported, you still have rights for your assets and things that you have in the United States.
People can protect their assets by doing the following: creating a trust or assign a power of attorney, appoint a reliable business partner or successor, and keep finances and taxes in order. Granite Credit Union is also recommending business owners consult a business attorney to find out what their rights are. Reporting in West Valley, Leslie Duarte, KUTV 2 News.
American farm owners are preparing to lose some of their workforce. About 2/3 of crop workers are foreign-born, and while many come to the U.S. for seasonal jobs legally through H-2A visas, the USDA estimates that 42% of crop laborers are undocumented. One economist from the University of Montana believes that if the farming workforce takes a hit during the ice raids, we could see higher grocery prices and less locally grown produce on the shelves. State lawmakers say Medicaid spending has topped $5 billion here in Utah. The state and other entities, including hospitals, pay nearly $900 million, with the federal government paying the rest. Starting in 2026, the state will have to pay about 2% more. This comes as the number of people enrolled in Medicaid here in Utah has gone up 58% since 2020. At the state capitol, elected leaders are working on a bill that addresses trafficking of certain controlled substances. The bill would make trafficking fentanyl or a fentanyl-related substance as a first-degree felony with prison time anywhere from 5 years to life. The bill passed out of the House Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Committee today by a vote of 9-0. It now heads to the full House for consideration. You can stay with 2 News as we continue to follow all of the developments from this legislative session. You can find our reports and interviews with lawmakers posted online on our KUTV YouTube page. And turning our attention to the weather this evening, we had a little bit of sunshine with some of that haze here in northern Utah earlier today. Some scattered storms in southern Utah as well. And meteorologist Sean Kelly has our first alert forecast. So is it kind of clearish tonight up here?
Yeah, we're dealing with clear skies now all across the state as the showers that we did see in southern Utah continue to move out of here. 30 degrees. It's a cold evening. We saw that haze out there today. That haze, unfortunately, will get worse a little bit more before it gets better in the days ahead as that inversion strengthens quite a bit and the temperatures also warm up. But look at this. Some cleaner air rolling its way into the state as we make our way into the weekend. And right on cue, we've got another weekend storm, but this one will be a bit more significant here. We've got winter storm watches up for our northern mountains where we could see upwards of 10 to 20 inches of snow. We'll talk about more of the timing of this and if maybe we could see a little bit of snow here across the valley floors. That's coming up, my first alert weather forecast.
Sean, thank you. Developing tonight, a former client of Ruby Franke and Jody Hildebrandt is suing them and their counseling company, Classroom Connections. That client filed a lawsuit for fraud and racketeering, accusing Hildebrandt and Franke of using Connections to manipulate clients and isolate them from their family. He claims he and his then wife, went to couples therapy with Jody Hildebrandt and that he suggested his wife divorce and that she suggested that he divorce his wife unless he attended certain Connections classes and courses. Last year, Frankie and Hildebrandt were sentenced to 4 to 30 years in prison for child abuse charges. Murder charges have been filed against the suspect in the 2005 cold case murder of Jason Reuter. Mark Munoz has been charged with 1 count of first-degree felony murder in connection to Reuter's death. Back on August 6, 2005, Reuter was found dead inside his Magna home from multiple stab wounds. DNA evidence collected from a knife and other areas around the home, including the door of the basement laundry room. Recently, the DNA found on the laundry room door was matched to Munoz.
That seemed secure, and the evidence from there was pivotal for us to be able to identify the defendant.
Munoz was arrested last week. Investigators are still trying to figure out the relationship between Munoz and Reuter. The Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office still considers this an open investigation.
The Super Bowl of Caring is brought to you by Smith's, Mountain Home Services, Rocky Mountain Power, Chuck City, America First Credit Union, and Ford.
You can help end child hunger in Utah with our Super Bowl of Caring. For more information on how to donate, you can scan the QR code on your screen. You can go to KUTV.com/donate. For many children, their only meal is a free school breakfast or lunch. Just $10 can help feed a child for a weekend.
I'm Angela Brown in Washington, D.C. Nearly every job seeker has come across this on their job search, a ghost job. What they are, and experts say why more may be posted.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
Now, lease F-150 for just $399 a month, or buy with 1.9 financing plus up to $3,000 cash back. Only at your local Ford stores.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this Valentine's Day. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will get free shipping.
Hi, it's during the medley, and I am finally at Sono Bello. I work out, I eat right, but there are just some areas I just need to have tweaked.
That's why this celebrity housewife went to Sono Bello. 1 visit, permanent fat removal.
I saw results right away. I just feel so much more confident. My body image feels great.
When it comes to your personal health and happiness, you deserve the absolute best.
I feel back to old Dorinda.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
Are you 50 or older? Well, this news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Why? If you're 50 or older, even if you're healthy, you're 6 times more likely to be hospitalized. So schedule at vaxassist.com.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make 2 feel like 1, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Mountain Home Services,
Cooling, heating, plumbing, and generators. Service at a higher elevation.
Each of a First Alert Weather Day when a storm will significantly impact our viewers' lives. My job is to keep you safe. I know how hard it is to drive through these winter storms. I've got the radar, I've got the latest information so that you really know what's going on with this storm and how it will impact your life.
New at 9, the listing lie. More Americans are applying for jobs that are either fake or from companies not even trying to fill the position. The National Desk, Angela Brown, has more on ghost jobs.
Job experts say the number of so-called ghost jobs may be growing, reaching as high as 20% of some job listings. From countless articles to social media posts.
Welcome to the dystopian world of ghost jobs.
Almost every job seeker has come across one. The perfect job, you apply, and then you're ghosted. But that job may have never been on the table to begin with.
What it does is it creates false hope with the people who are applying for these jobs.
Career specialist Julie Balke says ghost jobs are nothing new, but it may be happening more often because of the popularity of job boards.
There are companies who post jobs that don't exist with the goal of bringing in a lot of applicants so they always have people in their pipeline.
The Wall Street Journal cites internal data from a hiring platform that shows 1 in 5 online job postings are fake or never filled. Here's how to spot them, according to Business Insider.
One is the age of the post. If it's too old, that's usually a red flag that it may not still be current. And there are some other things. If the job isn't listed on the company website or if it otherwise seems suspicious, it's maybe good to think twice about whether it's a real posting.
Last May, ResumeBuilder.com surveyed over 1,600 hiring managers. Key findings: 40% of companies posted a fake job listing in 2024. 3 in 10 companies currently have active fake listings. Hiring managers say fake job postings led to boosted revenue, morale, and productivity. And 7 in 10 hiring managers believe posting fake jobs is morally acceptable. In Washington, D.C., I'm Angela Brown.
The Federal Reserve is keeping interest rates where they are, holding the benchmark rate at 4.2 to 4.5% target range, allowing the Fed to wait and see what comes of the president's push for tariffs. Fed officials say the labor market remains solid, inflation remains somewhat elevated. Keeping rates where they are is a pivot from when the Fed cut rates 3 times over the last 6 months. The White House is rescinding its federal funding freeze. Monday's order from the Office of Management and Budget sparked widespread confusion and condemnation from elected officials and recipients of federal aid. Republicans argued the measure would allow the Trump administration to review where the government money is being spent. Democrats and others argued that it halted funding for states, schools, and organizations that rely on it. A reason for the reversal was not immediately given. Tonight on 2 News at 10, a fight over fluoride comes to Utah. Almost half of people in the state have fluoride added to their water to protect teeth. And now a Utah lawmaker would make that illegal after recent studies and a court case have suggested a risk for kids.
Is the fact that children's brains are being damaged from it.
So whenever we have that risk, we have to also introduce individual choice.
Others, including Utah dentists, believe that choice would be terrible, saying every major medical organization supports it. What brought this battle here, and why both supporters and opponents believe the science is on their side? It's a story that's happening tonight on 2 News at 10. All right, so we're looking at some snow at this point, Monument Valley Road, and you can see there from earlier today, it is really nice. This is on the border of Arizona, and boy, it would be nice to see some snow like that here in the valley.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a close call for the weekend. It's going to be a mild one, but at least it's packing and punch. We're going to see plenty of moisture. It's actually going to be the remnants of an atmospheric river. So you bet it'll be bringing us a lot of moisture and a lot of heavy snow, that heavy, wet, dense snow up into the mountains. For right now, we are dry up and down the Wasatch Front. Clear skies. It is cold out there. We're into the 30s and 20s. We've been dealing with air quality issues that will unfortunately get worse before they get better in the days ahead as the inversion strengthens quite a bit. But our next storm already on the horizon here, a few days away. That'll help clean out the air. 15 degrees in Heber. It is cold out there all across the state. 18 in Milford, 22 in Panguitch, 31 in Moab, even St. George, nice and chilly at 39 degrees. Our cutoff low that has been down to the south over the past several days, finally moving out of here. We're clearing things out in southern Utah, and you could expect clear skies here through the remainder of the overnight and heading to tomorrow morning. That will translate to plenty of sunshine and will be the beginning of a nice warm up here in the days ahead. Quiet again for Friday. During the day, we'll start off with sunshine, but look at the increasing clouds through the afternoon and evening, and then here we go. Here's our storm. We'll start to see some light snow developing up into the mountains. Still dry here across the valley floors, but early Saturday morning, we could see some of those showers reaching the valley floors and some of that heavy, wet snow really ramping up in intensity for those mountains up and down the northern Wasatch. And then you can continue to see that continuing on Saturday. This is going to be another key difference with this storm in comparison to the past 5 storms, that this will be a long duration event for a few days and also will bring plenty of moisture here, beneficial rain for the valleys and beneficial rain for the mountains. You can see here with those winter storm watches for the mountains, upwards of 10 to 20 inches will be possible in many areas, especially above 7,000 feet. The mountain valleys likely could see about 2 to 6 inches of snow. So we'll continue to keep an eye on it. Still many days away, so a lot can change in the track and intensity, but definitely stay tuned with us. We're into the 20s and teens across the area through the overnight. Pretty cold, especially in Park City at 12 degrees for a low. But look at this nice warm up tomorrow. How about that? Still going to be hazy sunshine, but not bad when we're dealing with high temperatures into the 40s for much of the state. 50s, though, for St. George in the days ahead. Look at the 60s for the weekend. That's real nice, breezy and very warm for early next week, getting close to 70 degrees Monday into Tuesday. Along the Wasatch Front, we're dealing with temperatures into the 40s. There's our storm for the weekend. Mix of rain and snow possible for Saturday, then going all over to rain for Saturday evening through Sunday. You'll see the temperatures also warming up into the 50s, getting into the upper 50s for Tuesday with another storm on Wednesday.
Closed caption brought to you by your Utah injury attorneys for over 30 years. Call Siegfried and Jensen today.
Life can be busy, but enrolling in Smith's Boost gives you a savings superpower. Save up to $1,000 a year with free delivery on top of 2 times fuel points. Save the day with Boost from Smith's. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Dave's been very excited about saving big with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years?
5 years.
And he's not alone.
High five.
It's 5 years of reliable gig speed internet, 5 years of advanced security, 5 years of a great rate that won't change. It's back, but only for a limited time.
High five. 5 years? Nope.
Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salonpas. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Any Hour Services is having our New Year, New System sale. From now until the end of February, Any Hour Services will give you $2,025 off a new furnace and air conditioner. This isn't a rebate you have to wait for. You get $2,025 off at the time of purchase. The only thing you have to do to qualify for our New Year, New System sale is call